Hey there, zookeepers. It's one of your Hollywood Kaiju bad boys, Martin. We just had on special returning guest Tyler Jackson, who's a very talented comedian, and also just a good friend of all of ours, who was kind enough to share in the burden of discussing the 2003 live-action Cat in the Hat movie. And ooh, boy is it a ride. As always, if you enjoy this podcast, give us a review on Apple Podcasts or follow us on Spotify. It's incredibly helpful. If you've got any questions or comments, you can email us directly at podzuki@gmail.com or tweet at us at podzuki. We'll read it on air, literally anything you send us, live on an episode. So go ahead and do that. Anyway, intro.
Render unto Ghidra what is Ghidra's. 10 to 1 he sees you through a beaker and a tweezers. Read the fine print and be like, what's the big deal? Spun wheels of steel since broke wheel, big wheel. Back when it was greasy as curl, now it's easy dread. Had a rhyme on how they used to tease him about his peasy head. Yes, y'all, to the beat.
Hey everyone, welcome to Podzuki, America's favorite tech kitchen. We're here to talk about everyone's desserts that they're working on, all the smoothies they're putting in a big old blender and drinking. And there's that guy who started Milk Street, which I can't believe is the name of a real show. I'm just joshing. It's Podzuki. It's about bad movies and monster movies, and we get both of them today in a really terrible, audacious way. I'm one of the Kaiju Hollywood Bad Boys, Brand Kirkman. And I just heard a cat meow.
I'm another one of your Hollywood Kaiju bad boys, Luke Evans Flip, and that probably was a cat's meow, or maybe a door creaking.
Oh.
Ooh, maybe both.
I'm your third Hollywood Kaiju bad boy, also wondering about this cat door hybrid. Oh my god, who's this we've got over here? Everyone give it up for our special guest, Tyler Jackson.
Hey, it's me, special guest Hollywood Kaiju bad boy Tyler Jackson, and the cat you're hearing is coming from my microphone.
Hell
Nice.
yeah.
Cool. Well, cats are actually apropos to what we're talking about tonight.
I got a cat.
Brandon, it was your idea to watch this movie. Why don't you describe the movie we watched today?
Okay, so in the year 2001, I was a freshman in high school, and whenever the holidays would come around, instead of teachers teaching their students, what they would do is they would put on, like, that week of Christmas, The Grinch, Ron Howard's 2000 The Grinch. Dynamite film. Everybody loved it. And everybody was saying, we got to follow up this movie magic with yet another live-action Dr. Seuss property. And that's when they made The Cat in the Hat starring Mike Myers. I had never seen this film. It always looked so awful to me. And then a clip of it showed up on YouTube on my Twitter feed. And it was like walking into a nightmare. And I'm like, let's all suffer together. And that's why we're here.
That's beautiful, Brandon.
Thank you.
Suffering is right. I don't think we've watched any movie before that I felt so physically disgusted over in parts.
Yeah.
If this was awful. Like a shock jock radio show, you could like drop right in there like a clip of like Alice Cooper saying, "Welcome to my nightmare."
Yeah, I'll probably do that.
Yeah,
it actually does sound really fun. There's a few things we need to talk about before we start this movie, because the Wikipedia had some wild facts about this. Did you read up on this? Who was originally going to be starring in the role of the titular Cat in the Hat?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Tim Allen?
Wait, what?
It's so funny to me. Yeah. Let's do that for a whole episode.
That would make about as much sense as the way the cat talks in the actual movie that got made. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jewish. The Cat in the Hat is Jewish.
Proud Jewish man, I want to say. Almost Hasidic, so proud of his heritage, which is great. You should always have that proud upbringing wherever you come from in life and whatever country you might be from. Unless you're white, don't be proud of being white.
Also, another background thing from the movie that I think you see it there in the movie. Nobody wanted to make this movie.
Oh no! Well, I feel like let's say this: Dakota Fanning, one of the kids in this film. We'll go through the cast here actually real quick. Dakota Fanning plays one of the kids, and then her brother's played by Spencer Breslin, who was a big kid actor at the time. Then you have Alec Baldwin's like dating their mom, who's just this really bad. I want to say walking nightmare of a person. We'll get into that as the movie goes.
She's an overworked single mother. You don't have to be that mean to her.
Wow, way to disrespect the memory of Kelly Preston there.
Okay, that's true. That's
yeah. She died last year.
Oh, no, it's a bummer. I mean, this is going to be so weird to bring up right after giving that fact. But another weird thing in this movie is everybody wants to fuck the mom. Everyone wants to have sex with their mom. It is so clearly stated by every character that is not the kids.
I mean, who other than the cat and Alec Baldwin wanted to fuck the mom? Mr. Hooply Doop didn't want to fuck her.
Oh, you didn't see that tension between them?
There's a tension between him and everybody because it was weird watching this movie for the first time in like a post-COVID world because you got Mr. What is his fucking name? Sean Hayes' character.
I know Sean Hayes. Right. Hooply Doop. That sounds like a Dr. Seuss name.
That sounds so correct.
It is some like made up Dr. Seuss thing they gave him, but like just having him being like obsessed with like washing your hands and having all the hand sanitizer delivered. That was kind of just funny to see.
Are either of you fans of the excellent podcast Hollywood Handbook?
I've only listened to an episode or two that were specifically recommended to me, but they were funny.
One thing that's I think always crazy to me is that the two hosts of it are Sean and Hayes, which is their actual names, but it's so funny to me that together they make Sean Hayes for their name.
That's their fusion dance.
I don't know where he's going. Yeah, exactly.
Well,
it's just, I don't know. It's a funny fact that has nothing to do with this podcast or episode or does anything for anyone, but it cracks me up every time I think about it.
I looked up his name, by the way. It's Hank Humberflube. So
Humberflube.
You were pretty close.
So I wasn't far off.
That's pretty close.
And he's the owner of a real estate company.
Yes.
Humberflube Real Estate.
But no, saying that there was a tension maybe you didn't pick up. Maybe there's like a deleted scenes like, listen, I can't deal with germs, but I'd love to get dirty with you sometime.
He is making her host his like office party at her house. And if the house isn't immaculate, he's going to fire her, which is the tension for the entire movie.
Yeah. And then, like, there's never a comeuppance for this man, and I think that's really a great commentary on the modern American society, where all of the characters below him will suffer, but with him being in a power position and a CEO of a company, why would he ever have to pay for the crimes
The capitalist is not the villain. It's the guy who was trying to be a freeloader off of a hard-working capitalist is the villain.
Yes.
It is the people who are evil. We must be corralled by the great big government and money that goes behind it, which is truly the capitalist. Yeah, we're pro libertarian podcast now.
There were a lot of message in this movie about no more big government.
Yeah, I forgot about the weirdest line in the movie. God bless him too. Another actor in this, Amy Hill. Always love her. She plays Miss Kwan, which is just there to be a joke of being a fat woman that's asleep. It's 2003, guys. They weren't really thinking too hard about women or people that are not of normal shape or size to what we would have considered back then, which is not true. That's actually the average American is overweight.
I was thinking about that earlier today, like how like when you're a kid, you think Homer Simpson's fat, but then you're an adult and you're like, Homer Simpson's just like a normal guy. He's not that fat.
Yeah, he's just everybody. Frank Welker, of course, has to show up in this movie doing the voice of the dog because why not?
I feel like he didn't even have to show up. They could have just taken like old recordings of him doing a dog bark and put it into the movie, which is probably what they did.
You have to assume, right?
They'd probably still have to pay him.
I didn't even realize that they like didn't just use normal dog sounds.
Yeah, I didn't realize
like,
that
the dog
either.
doesn't talk or anything. He just sounds like a dog.
The only reason that I knew that it was Frank Welker playing the dog was because when I would I watched it on Amazon, and every time I paused it, he was like one of the top billed actors.
Give you the old X-ray.
Oh, that's so good.
Guys, I bought this movie because I didn't know it was apparently on Netflix.
Yeah, we wanted to talk to you about that. First off, I'm so sorry. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Well, I think I watched it the first time when you first mentioned it, like over a month ago, and I don't think it was on Netflix then, because I seem to remember checking for it on Netflix, which is why I rented it and assumed it wasn't.
It's some type of weird thing because they also at the end of the movie, I don't know if you guys stuck around after the credits. It said watch before it leaves all the way till April 30th. Could you imagine the audacity of working at Netflix and after somebody's watched the entire Cat in the Hat movie, putting, "Hey, you want to watch it again? You only got a few more days, buddy."
That's got to be an automated message. No person could be that cruel.
I like to think the opposite, that there's no automated message and there's somebody working at Netflix that is the world's biggest Cat in the Hat 2003 Mike Myers film.
I did watch this movie 3 times. So.
Why?
Okay.
Well, because I I watched it the second time because it's been so long since I'd seen it the first time, and I watched it again today because I don't know how much attention I was paying the other night because I was screwing around on my phone quite a bit.
Why would you do that when you have a buffet of colors and visuals in front of you? Come on. I mean, this is the one thing I do want to say off the bat. The set design and the actual look of this movie, I think, actually is pretty great.
Oh yeah, big fan.
I mean, it is a walking nightmare, but they put so much effort and work into it. I have to give props where props is due, because the props in this film were great. Yeah, all dingers today, man.
It's very.
This movie looks like.
It's very.
Sorry, please go ahead.
Reminiscent of Edward Scissorhands, like the suburbia, like the brightly colored houses.
Oh yeah,
that all
definitely.
look exactly the same.
Also, the fact that it's clearly a superimposed sky. Mm-hmm. Apparently, the only reason they did that was because it was just so foggy in the actual place they were filming that they just had to replace the sky. But everything. I would also call this Uncanny Valley the movie. Everything just looks so wrong. Everything's the color of chewing gum, for one thing.
Oh yeah, like a Wrigley's double mint and gum, if you will. Yeah,
even Alec Baldwin's car is like the color of juicy fruit.
Yeah, it's man. I do really like the certain designs, like the house, of course, and then like the office for Hubble Ford or whatever it's called. Fuck it. There's a lot of pieces where I actually did like, okay, I like this design, but it's just everything else running around inside of it is such a nightmare. I mean, we're gonna spend a lot of time probably talking about Thing 1 and Thing 2, absolutely, but we'll wait till
we got the setup for the movie is what's the Kelly Preston's character's name? Joan Walden. Yeah,
mommy.
She has to throw a party tomorrow, and she's got these 2 kids. One, the little girl who's supposed to be fastidious and nerdy, but she kind of gets involved in the shenanigans pretty easily. And then her real son of a bitch son, Conrad.
There's no other way to put it. Let's be honest here.
I mean, when he's trying to make it so he can slide down the stairs, when he's opening the junk drawer, he rips the entire junk drawer out and dumps everything on the ground. He's like 12 years old. That's old enough you can just open the drawer.
He goes out of his way to make a mess. Everything he does.
Yeah.
We don't know what the social norms are in this world. Everything is so different.
Well, they never said what happened to his dad, so I assume his dad was killed by drawers. What I went with as soon as I saw that scene, like, okay, this is
cleanliness killed my father.
You won't get me, Dad.
He was magic erased to death.
Oh, that was probably big back in 2003. I think that's probably when did the magic erase drop? Continue describing. I'm going to Google that.
The dad died. He snarfloddled his Himmelflarb to death.
Oh man, you hate to see it.
Freaking classic way to go. That's a 409, I believe.
Oh god,
and
my Wimblewoober.
And the mom also has this sleazy boyfriend who's also the next door neighbor, named Lawrence Quinn.
Larry.
Medicine woman.
Yeah, Larry Quinn. Which I kept trying to think, is there like a pun in there? But there's not, right?
I think the kids
it's close to Harlequin.
I think the kids just keep calling him that to piss him off. Larry, you're not my dad, Larry.
Yeah, fuck you, Larry.
I gotta say, Alec Baldwin, like this is like still like super attractive Alec Baldwin. Like he looks good in this movie. Like he's not beautiful on the inside, but he's beautiful on the outside.
I feel like this was...
And he's really slumming in this movie.
I feel like this was like... This was 2003. That was like season 1 of 30 Rock, maybe? Like around that time?
This is like... this is like 2 years before 30 Rock.
Oh, wait, yeah. No, what am I thinking?
That started in like 06, 07. Yeah.
Here, I'm going to keep Google. I'm still looking at Magic Eraser. I'll Google that next. I gotta know. I don't know why I need to know, but I remember when the Magic Eraser came out, it was like, oh my god, guys, guess when the Magic Eraser came out?
2000?
2003, right when this movie came out.
Oh my god.
Inspired by the Cat in the Hat.
That was going to be a product placement.
Yeah, 2 years after 9/11, we were in a weird place.
The end of the movie.
So you're saying it wasn't? It wasn't in the film because it was just too dark to have it kill one of the main character's fathers.
Yeah, they didn't have the product. And man, Luke was on the money. October 11th, 2006 was the premiere of 30 Rock.
Ooh. Wow,
That did feel like an early 2000s, like 2002, 2003, doesn't it? But yeah, Luke's right.
I always.
So I'm guessing like Alec Baldwin was at an all-time low after taking this role, and that's why he's like, I got to get back. And then 30 Rock came his way, like, oh, thank God. Thank God.
But he gives this character his all. Like, you really believe, like, the character's main thing is he wants to send Conrad to military school. He doesn't really have a plan to get rid of the daughter. But he's, like, he really wants to marry the mom and, like, just suck the money out of her, because we find out later that he's actually, like, wears, like, a girdle, and he's super broke, getting his TV repossessed. Which is a scene that actually did make me laugh.
While he's watching it?
Yeah. Okay, there's 2 scenes that got me pretty good. That one got me to laugh, and we'll talk about it when we get there, but I also did enjoy the infomercial cupcake scene for a few reasons. Even though it is all body horror in the long run. This whole film is, I would say, somewhere between body horror or the what goes awry when you sign a contract with a demon. Either one of those it falls into. I do want to put this out there now. To kind of get the plot where we are, we're introduced to the Larry Quinn, who's a piece of shit. We all hate him. We're on board. The mom has to go back to work, but needs a babysitter last second, so she gets Miss Kwan. Once again, it feels kind of bad that she's just a fat joke, but they don't really do a lot with her character, which once again is a shame. If you got Amy Hill, let her shine, man. That's a gem you got right there. So she comes to watch them. The kids are all fucking around.
And she just immediately falls asleep to Taiwanese Parliament. Yeah. Which is, it's interesting because apparently Taiwanese Parliament, that's like fight starting is totally a real thing.
It feels like a very pointed political joke from so long ago. Nobody watching it understands it anymore.
In a Cat in the Hat movie, though. Like, why would you have a joke about?
Yeah, that's definitely missing the wrong audience, I'd say, right there. So yeah, she falls asleep, the kids are kind of messing around, and then that's when we're introduced to the titular Cat in the Hat.
Almost 20 minutes into the movie.
And he is definitely phoning it in for this one. I could tell, Mike Myers has a feeling to himself that he's very courteous and he's a very nice guy. So he was there, he showed up, he still wanted to do his part, but you could tell it's like an obligation, but he's like, well,
according to Amy Hill, like, he would, like, not talk to anyone other than the director, and then would, like, lock himself in his trailer or dressing room whenever they weren't shooting.
Yeah,
he was not...
The Wikipedia... The Wikipedia page makes it sound like Mike Myers was, like, an absolute tyrant on set and was, like, trying to direct all the actors himself and, like, making people, like, retake things that he didn't like and stuff. So, like, it...
Yeah, he was supposedly had carte blanche over the director over whether or not scenes were done.
It feels like he's, like, simultaneously, like, not invested at all and controlling the production with an iron fist, which is very bizarre.
Yeah, and this is another weird thing, too, is that it was directed by Bo Welch, and literally this is, like, one of the only things
it's the only movie he did. Everything else was TV.
Before that, he's a producer, so he's produced a lot of stuff. But as a director, he directed a few episodes of the live-action Tick in 2001, which makes sense. And then, like, a few years down the road in 2017, he did a few of the episodes of a series of Unfortunate Events.
Yeah, I can see
which is actually a cool show.
That was a good show. Very whimsical production design, too, similar to this.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're introduced to the cat with the hat. We're almost to the point where we have to talk about something for a very long time.
Well, I do want to mention, like I said, I watched this movie 3 times, and each time I forgot that the cat sings songs. He does, like, he kind of, like, talk sings them mostly, but like, I forgot about the songs every single time I watched the movie.
Was anyone else really impressed that they just gave up on rhyming, like, immediately?
Oh, yeah, very quickly.
As if to spit in Dr. Seuss's racist face themselves. Like, no, you can't have this. We're not going to give you your rhymes, you sick little man.
It's like the Cat in the Hat's, like, 4th line, where it's like, yeah, I'm not good at rhyming.
Yeah. That's not what I'm known for. And it's funny to think like that is exactly what the Cat in the Hat's known for, is its stupid rhymes.
I think the best part about the song lyrics and the fact that it sounds like he's giving up is that the lyrics were written by Mark Shaman, who's been nominated for like tons of awards and like wrote the lyrics for Hairspray and like just done like a ton of stuff, and then also the Cat in the Hat.
Sometimes you just gotta pay for lunch.
Yeah.
It was like his crowning achievement. Like, he actually thinks this is like his swan song. This is his masterpiece.
He's got a little room in the back of his closet with all this Cat in the Hat merchandise.
They'll understand someday.
Can we talk about the cat's voice for a minute? And how how I think one of the biggest reasons the cat doesn't work is because Michael Myers never really came up with a character for the cat.
Oh, no, he came up with a character. He just took a pre-existing one. I know we've all seen it. Tyler, do you know who Paul Lynde is?
Paul Lynde. I don't know. I don't know if I've heard that name before.
He does do Paul Lynde with like the laugh, but like other than that, like he's like Jerry Lewis and Paul Lynde had an ugly baby.
Had an ugly furry.
Could they have any?
He talks like the because he sounds like a less raspy coffee talk lady most of the time.
I want to say for all of our Patreon users at home, we are going to put up this video of just Tyler Jackson very comfortably talking into his mic, which I'm really enjoying very much.
I definitely have like sort of a theory about what Mike Myers was going for with this. I think he's trying to do his own version of Genie from Aladdin, you know, that like freewheeling chaotic spirit. The problem is that the Cat in the Hat is inherently, as a character, he's a dick. So like all of that freewheeling, free associating stuff comes off as like super mean-spirited and like aggressive.
He seems to be like completely malevolent character.
Oh yeah,
the entire movie.
He's chaotic evil.
Well, I mean, he is in a world. He's in a world full of nothing but villains. Let's be honest here. There's no good character in this film. They're all terrible people. I feel like this is kind of a Junji Ito existential evil universe where all of the forces are coming together to punish these people for crimes they either did in this life or a past life. And I can't decide that if this film is truly a masterpiece of body horror or, once again, like I was saying, a demon contract, because at this point, the Cat in the Hat has showed itself to the children and then forces them to sign a contract. He's a demon, right? Like, there's no other way to look at it. Like, everything going on here says, like, extreme demon. Like, he comes up, he promises you a good time and fun, you have to sign this contract before reading it, and then he just breaks all hell on them right away. Especially those old guys that appeared behind him in their lawyers contract.
who look like lawyers from like a Looney Tunes cartoon.
It's something about that whole, like, I'd say storyline that they did for this just makes it feel so ominous and frightening, especially the fact that he has a suitcase that goes into, I would only describe as a Euclidean eldritch nightmare dimension that's slowly unleashed into the universe.
Not even just a suitcase, it's a whole
work of H.P.
crate.
Lovecraft.
That goes... I don't think they ever say this, but it's supposed to be like the fun dimension, which is where Cat in the Hat is from.
Yeah, and it looks frightening. Everything about it looks
like
scary.
Yeah, there's nothing in it.
It's like an H.R. Giger landscape of just like sentient goo covering everything, going down your throat like the liquid metal from the Matrix.
Voluptuous ladies being absorbed into walls, turning into skeletons.
There's a pterodactyl with a skull head picking some dude's intestines out while he's still alive.
It's 100% concentrated fun. Fun to death. He was fun to death. The Cat in the Hat, like the whole lawyer thing, where he like makes them sign the contract, and then everything is kind of undone later by the small print. Like has a very like dark, like Rumpelstiltskin Pied Piper type vibe, you know, where if like they hadn't read the fine print and like learned a lesson, like the Cat in the Hat was going to take all those kids from the birthday party and like death march them into the sea at the end of the movie.
He did always seem to be ready to kill something. He was ready to kill the dog when the dog ran away. he was ready to kill Beans.
Oh, Beans!
The kids hadn't stopped him.
That was Beans, right?
The kid at the birthday party but I'm glad he showed up because before that I kept thinking like he's not Beans from Even Stevens. But what movie do I know him from?
Yeah, it's Beans. Barb recognized it right away. Also, I mean, we'll get.
But I was talking about how the main kid looks like kind of like Beans too.
He does.
Oh no, the one kid at the birthday party.
Yeah, that's Beans.
Yeah.
When Beans appeared on screen, I was like, "This movie has it all."
Never learned. I never learned the main character's name, but I kept referring to him as Lentils. So he's close enough.
Yeah, Conrad. They had kind of a fun ongoing joke of getting his name wrong every once in a while, but then it felt like a very
excuse me.
It
was kind of like I guess Conrad's kind of a weird name, but he was always like Condor makes sense, but like he didn't ever call him chlamydia, did he? That would have been something. That would have been funny.
No,
it feels in character for this movie, though.
I agree. It would have been funny. It should have been in character for this movie. This, I can't even say that there's like no structure to this story. It honestly just feels like flipping TV channels.
Well, yeah,
but like not a fun.
Because what happens? Okay, they sign the fun contract. Then immediately the first thing they decide to do is like Sally wants to make cupcakes, so they have to make cupcakes.
Yeah, and this is the other scene that made me laugh, which was they do kind of like an infomercial bit. I was enjoying it and finding it funny because he's playing two characters. He's playing the stupid character that doesn't understand what's going on. Another one that's the cat in the hat, but with a Scottish accent for some reason.
It's how he would do
Mike
an
Myers. That's why he's
sketch
got a Scottish
an
accent.
Infomercial.
Yes. But he wants to kill himself, which I think is very entertaining to me, and then he ends up chopping his own tail off. And the way they have the kids watching as audience members in the dark lighting and the setting, I'm like, this also feels very Lynchian, and I honestly mean that. That's not a joke. Like, this was at least early 80s, like, short film between projects.
The cat in the hat, just after they make the cupcakes, he just leans in and whispers, Silencio! Silencio!
Here's the thing. We're saying this, we're joking and having a good time, but if he did that during that scene, would any of us be surprised?
A single tear rolls down my face.
Absolutely
I
not.
feel like,
No.
did he not whisper something to the version of himself that he kept threatening?
Yeah, that he's going to kill him.
Yeah.
Just saying, I will end you constantly, which I did laugh at each time.
Oh, and he was doing Shrek during this bit.
Yeah. There's a little Shrek in there, too. That's a good point.
It's like Shrek if he weren't a
This is like-
curmudgeon.
Yeah. So we get through the infomercial, and then the cupcakes come out terrible. They make a big old purple mess in the living room. And then the Cat in the Hat is like, hey, I got 2 helpers that can fix this right away. All right, let's get into it. Thing 1 and 2. Barbara walked by for the first time when I was watching this movie and saw them and just said, this looks terrible. This is a nightmare. I'm like, yeah, you're right.
It's like if
Completely
you put demons and Marge Simpson in one of those teleporters from The Fly, and then you made him short.
Oh, homie fly.
It's like if a pedophile wanted to build a Forever Boy, it would look like that.
Yeah, but it is a monkey's paw.
Brundle Thing 1 and Brundle Thing 2.
There we go.
Also, one of them was voiced by Dan Castellaneta,
Really?
which was very off-putting because I kept hearing like a voice that I recognized from my childhood as one of these eldritch horrors.
Let me see who played actually. So Daniel Schifrin and Tyler Rice's Thing 1 and Thing 2. 2 gibbering troublemaker creatures. And yeah, Dan Castellaneta did the voiceover for them. They also have them moving at kind of like an unnatural, quicker speed than everybody else, which gives them like a Gremlins-esque kind of presence on the film. Like, it's just disquieting.
Yeah, they're meant to clean the apartment, but they kind of just immediately start going buck wild. So much to where Conrad and Sally have to get their twin dog catching nets out of the closet in order to try and catch them.
Yeah, all the characters are awful. Even their dog in this film is just like such a little shit. Like, all the dog wants to do is just run away, and that's its only purpose.
Hey,
So-
the second time the dog ran away, it had a pretty legitimate reason, which it was scared of the sentient lock that was now around its neck.
Right, screaming at it as two just frankly demonic beings chase it around. So
They
I
were
guess
playing
I do
football
feel like
with
maybe
him.
the dog is the hero. Yeah, and not like not even European football. This was American football, guys. Well, actually, no, wait. Soccer would have been worse because that means they would have been kicking the dog around. So, I guess American
so we know
football
thing
is the
one
right
and thing
choice.
two are American. All right.
Yeah, thank God. No other country should have to deal with the evil sins that we've accumulated with them. So yeah, they fuck around and it's getting worse. So the dog gets loose and they.
Well,
have to
the lock for the crate ends up around the dog's neck because Conrad was trying to pick the lock to the crate. Why was he trying to do that?
Because he was told not to.
That's literally the only reason, just because.
Yeah, because the Cat in the Hat, he's like, hey, there's only one rule: don't fuck with this crate. You don't know what Pandora's box is, and I'm not going to make that reference, but it's that.
I just wish somebody would have leaned over to Conrad and be like, "Hey, Conrad, don't write a better script for this film." Like, it would have been nice. Yeah, they also have a little byline too that the Thing 1 and 2 also do the same thing, where if you tell them to do it, they do the opposite. That comes into play later.
It comes into play later.
Also,
it should have come into play right then when they were still around, Thing 1 and Thing 2, and they hadn't thrown the dog out the window yet.
Yeah, they dumb as shit. So the dog gets loose. They need to get the lock back onto the crate to the H.P. Lovecraft dimension. There's no other way to describe it. And then Larry sees that the dog's loose, and like I guess the way that he's like romanced their mom is that when their dog gets loose, he's always out there to catch it. And he sees that he can catch the dog, and then also use this to be the final nail in the coffin to send Conrad off to military school.
But he calls what's her name to tell her like, "Oh, the dog got loose again. I'm gonna go grab it, and instead of taking it back to your house, which is right next door, and I can get into because I came in there earlier and stole a whole 6-pack of beer and some food." But I'm going to bring it to you in the city. Doesn't make any sense.
It's bad writing.
The logic doesn't exact.
Oh. No, go ahead.
I mean, the logic doesn't exactly follow, but I'm sure he's trying to imply it's like, well, obviously the dog's not safe with your kids. Let me bring it to you while you're at work so you can deal with this as another headache.
Let me bring it to the office of your germaphobe boss. That's gonna look great.
This will go well.
And why'd she have to go back into work? She's just fucking sitting there at her desk doing nothing.
Yeah. I mean, one thing this film does do a great job of is establishing how much of a capitalist nightmare this country
Brazil.
is. So, props to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot they're actually in Brazil.
Again, we keep saying, like, avant-garde directors. If, like, someone like a Tim Burton or a David Lynch or an Alejandro Jodorowsky had made this movie...
We keep making Cronenberg references this whole time.
Yeah. Get a Jarmusch. Who knows what will happen?
The cat says 3 words and smokes a pack of cigarettes. Goes home.
Yeah. Oh my god, Ghost Dog is still one of the best films ever
Ghost
made.
Cat.
To get back to the plot, the dog's out and about. They're all goofing around to get it. They come across a birthday party that Sally wasn't invited to because she's a little shit. No one likes her, and she's like, "God, I gotta stop being a little shit." And it's like her character moment. So, good for them for writing it. They discover the cat, and I guess he can't be discovered by humans because if they see him, they too must sign his demon contract. So
he hides himself.
He wishes to spare their soul.
He hides himself as they happen to have a black cat pinata that didn't look like a cat. It looked like a man cat.
It looks exactly like
the cat in the hat.
Yeah, it's fine. It's a furry pinata. It's 2003.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, this is when people still hated furries before realizing they're actually one of the best parts about being online because they're one of the few people that actually do leftist takes and movements. Anyways, they start beating the shit out of the cat with their piñata sticks. How quick, as soon as you saw him go up on the string, did you guys think he's going to get hit in the nuts? Like, what was the second that crossed your brain?
I would expect it was the first hit, right?
No, it was the last hit, but I was like, as soon as he went up there, I'm like, he's going to get hit in the balls. And then it plays out where all the kids are hitting him. And then finally, even Steven Beans shows up with the big old head
to do it.
and hits him in the ball so hard that he goes to a different existence for a few seconds. Once again, this really does feel like an avant-garde art film. The ratings when we get to this movie is going to be interesting because I'm really, really curious how we're going to rate this film because I have so many feelings about it. They hit him in the ball so hard he goes to another dimension and he poops candy out.
Well, in the other dimension, he imagined himself wearing a dress. I don't know if that was supposed to be like, "Oh, I'm nuded now."
It's 2003, so anything's fair game. I feel like for what they were thinking when they wrote that. Or they're like, he's probably got a Bugs Bunny vibe where he enjoys cross-dressing, so maybe in his mind that's what he's doing. Good for him.
You know what? I like that a lot better, where cross-dressing is just his safe space.
Yeah, it's how he feels good. It's how he feels empowered when he's not making kids sign his Disney contract. So yeah, the kids take his poop candy. He's free to go about. They finally get the dog and track it down where Sean has picked it up. Or, not Sean Hayes. I mean, that was weird.
Why isn't Sean Hayes the boyfriend? Like, Sean Hayes already plays two characters. He's the boss and the fish, which we haven't talked about because he doesn't need to be in this movie.
Come on. Yeah, it's too many. If you go to 3 roles, then it's just the Nutty Professor. You can't do that. Or Norbit. Also, Sean Hayes, he also feels like somebody who's kind of given his all for both the fish and the Hank role. Anyways, yeah, Larry, the bad boyfriend, has gotten the dog. They have to create a diversion plan to get the dog from him, which it goes fine. We don't need to spend too much time talking about the giant pen joke.
I did like the giant pen.
But yeah, and him playing like a Freegan-esque kind of.
I didn't like that, but the giant pen was funny.
Yeah, the giant
pen's a classic bit.
I love that. Yeah. I love that the pen
always great.
Right on the side of the pen, it said "giant novelty pen that takes 2 hands to use."
Yeah,
because the whole point was that he would have to hand somebody the dog to use it, and I did enjoy that visual gag.
Yeah.
So we get the dog back, then they have to rush home before the mom gets home. So they take the slow, which is a acronym for his car. They try to make a fuck joke, which is really strange for a kids movie yet again, about the car's other acronym name. There's a whole speed chase. They summon the thing 1 and 2 to stop the parents from getting home.
Yeah, there's a speed chase, but also when the mom and Larry get pulled over, they're in like the middle of nowhere on the countryside.
Yeah.
I mean, it's...
Where is their house in relation to the city? I don't remember them having to go through the country before.
Well, I mean, it's a testament to the infrastructure and the economy they live in. It's truly sad that they could go directly home, but to save money from the tollways, they actually have to take the backcountry roads just because they're trying to live. They're trying to, pinch each of those pennies. She's a single mom to feed 2 kids. It really
it looks her. Like the Windows background. It's just like green, like bright green hills.
Oh yeah,
it's just like a random Fiddler's Green.
Yeah, some big XP vibes.
There is a part of the chase earlier that I would like to mention before they get in the car. There's like a foot chase downtown, and they go in these like phone booth things that descend into an underground nightclub for some reason.
Yeah.
And there's like a big crowd of people dancing, and they just randomly run into Paris Hilton.
Oh, right. I forgot about Paris Hilton being in the rave. I think that's the only reason they went into the rave, right? Because nothing else happens there.
Well, no, they set up that the cat like mixed up his hat with other hats.
Okay.
Oh yeah, because there's a bunch of people wearing those giant Dr. Seuss hats down there.
Yeah.
But that
I like to imagine.
I mean, I guess they had to have that scene, even though it turns out he totally didn't.
Yeah, no, they didn't have to have that scene at all. They just wanted pointless celebrity cameo. It's fine.
Yeah. And I do like to imagine that is the dimension that all of those Cat in the Hat hats that were popular in the real world in like 1996 and 97, they all went there. And they made their own kind of pocket dimension for them to be contained. Because it is too much power for one human to
wield. Man, it absolutely feels like the Cat in the Hat created that pocket dimension. Like when he shows up, he's like a celebrity in there. And like everybody's wearing his merchandise.
It's nice. It's good. Except for branding is important no matter what dimension or existence.
Except for the one guy who's there because of Where's Waldo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate that fucker. So yeah, they get home, and this is when the fun dimension has been unleashed, and it does feel frightening once again. It feels like a frightening place.
It looks like Ivan oozes cum bubbles.
Yeah, that's right. That does feel that way. It all came back.
Yeah, it's also just terrible CGI. Like I feel like even back in 2003, this wasn't good.
Yeah, you say that, but you also haven't been going through rewatching a lot of Kamen Rider series right now from 2016, which is... I'm going to talk about that later in the episode. I've been so flabbergasted by that franchise's bad CGI. Anyways, it is terrible. It's really bad. And then instantly Larry shows up before the mom for some reason because of a diversion from thing 1 and 2. And he falls into the dimension. I honestly thought for a second they were just going to kill his character off right then and there, which would have been fine.
They should have.
I would have liked that too. That would have been a very Goosebumps sort of thing to do. The villain dies.
Drowns in ooze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His skeleton just shot out of the dimension at the end of
I will say, the quality of that, I wrote this down, the quality of that ooze he's covered with at the end of the movie, that was some good ooze. It's like anytime it touched itself, it would pull apart, it would make like a really big and gross streak.
How bad of a day do you think Alec Baldwin was having at the end of that shoot when he just had to wash it all off and just think about what he'd done?
Just remember, sad. Billy, this is paying for your summer home.
Can't wait to yell at my daughter later. She's gonna get so good.
Oh, I'm gonna let my daughter have it.
Yeah. Can't wait to call her a fat pig on the phone. I wish that wasn't a joke what I just said, but that's real life.
Hey, being a parent.
Anyways, good point. So yeah, they I guess they get through the evil dimension of fun eventually. I kind of wasn't paying attention.
Well, it forms like a cyclone over the top of the crate, and Conrad has to grab onto Sally because she's being sucked up, and then he's like he can't reach to put the lock back on the crate while also holding her. So he's like, in order to save you, you've got to let go of me. Not him saying, in order to save you, I've got to let go, which is the way they should have phrased it.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think the point of the scene is supposed to be that Sally, learned to trust him at that point. But trust has not really been a theme in the movie.
It's some convoluted thing that's just supposed to call back to her being a quote-unquote control freak. Because I guess she had a Palm Pilot.
You gotta let go.
Okay. Well, anyway, yeah, I guess, yeah, you're probably exactly right. That's probably why he said, you've got to let go, not the other way around.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense.
But anyway,
so
he gets to lock on to it.
There was also a part
in
the dream world where it forms a log flume, and all three of them, Sally, Conrad, and the cat, ride Mrs. Kwan down it. Like she's the.
I completely forgot about them going
in the log flume.
The fun dimension.
It's like they're drowning her sleeping body in goo.
Her face is is facing up.
Her face is up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. But I mean, you got 3 people on you. That's a lot of buoyancy you got to deal with still. Regardless, they have a little joke about how it's a Universal ride, and I did think to myself, this could actually be a pretty fun ride if it was around 2003 at Universal Studios. They've escaped the dimension, like we were saying too, and then they have a real heart-to-heart moment where the kid fesses up to all of his crimes, and basically the cat comes through and is like, "You did it, you solved it." After they yelled at him.
Yeah, they do the whole thing "Oh, we hate you, you've got to get out," and Cat's all sad. Like, oh.
Yeah. And, it's, nobody really feels bad for the cat at the point in this film because he's been such an asshole, but I think we're supposed to. We don't need to dissect that too much because he just comes in the second after that and starts helping them clean. We get another song that
it's, Things Are Getting Better by the Beatles by Smash Mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. The ultimate cover.
Great Smash Mouth cover.
Yeah, I forgot that.
Which I didn't they also do Shrek, but that it was like a monkey song instead of a Beatles song?
Yeah, I'm a believer.
Yes, it was. Man, Mike Myers really had Smash Mouth in his pocket at this time, man, for anything he's working on.
They must have been a package deal. Do you think Mike Myers was the unofficial 8th member of Smash Mouth?
Yeah, kind of like the Beatles' 5th member. That was Mike Myers' role in Smash Mouth. Oh, man. So yeah, that's we're basically almost at the whole end of the film because they go through everything pretty quickly. The mom gets home. They have a real tender moment between the kids because the mom said earlier to the kids she doesn't want to be their mom. That was really weird.
She only said it to Conrad.
Yeah, singling out one kid somehow makes it worse, and I don't know why.
He started it, but that's also the worst justification for yelling at a kid.
I will also say Dakota Fanning did a good job in where because the entire house is completely destroyed before a cat comes and saves it. And Conrad's like, "Oh, this is my fault. You go up to your room. I'll take the blame." But Sally's like, "No, we caused it together. I'm staying here." Very good acting for someone who's probably 8 years old at the time.
Man, I hope she got to have at least a somewhat normal, healthy life after all of that weird attention in the early years of being a child actor. But I hope that for anybody who's put in that weird role.
The girl who played Cindy Lou Who in The Grinch, she's in a band now. She's like a musician.
Oh,
I said exactly that when I was researching it. It just happened upon it.
Yeah. The film's wrapping up pretty quickly at this point. Larry comes back out covering the good, like we're saying, and gets rejected. It has that classic. This is always something that I think makes me feel kind of slightly uncomfortable, but so many movie plots were resolved in the early 2000s and 90s of the love interest that was bad or the kind of annoying person has a mental breakdown and just goes crazy and everybody's just fine with that. They're like, oh, they're insane now. Just let them run into the night and it's not our problem anymore. Real bad reflection of mental health in America.
It's a very storybook ending, though, which I feel like the kind of story this should have been. It's not, but it should have been that kind of story.
Yeah. It's very true. They have the party, which goes by really quickly. They spend some quality time with the kids, jumping on the couch, which is kind of fun. And then the cat in the hat walks off in the sunset with the two nightmare abominations.
And he turns out to be the narrator, which, this movie had a narrator for some fucking reason.
Yeah, there was two red flags right off the bat for this film, which is 2 different Universal logo intros, always a bad sign, and then narration. So.
Also, did anybody else think, I kept thinking, at the party, there was going to be one of the mom's coworkers was going to be Michael Myers not in an outfit, and it was going to be the mom's going to get with him.
And he winks at the camera.
Yeah, exactly.
Or it has the Thriller ending where he turns to the camera and it freeze frames. He's got cat eyes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that'd be so great. They all do an amazing choreographed dance after that. I just said choreography.
Again, you get a Steven Soderbergh on this project. You got an interesting movie.
Yeah, but he was too busy doing the Oscars last night instead. Fuck that guy. Yeah, that's basically the end of it then, and it's
and they play another Smash Mouth song over the credits.
Yeah, we get a 2-for-1, which is great. This is the most exciting part I think I've been looking forward to when we decided to watch this, which is the rating. I'm gonna give it 1 out of 5 cat turds in the Cat in the Hat's litter box. 5 cat turds being the best film you've ever seen, 1 being the Cat in the Hat. And I want to give the rating to Tyler first. I feel like I want to let the guests kind of go off this and tell me what you feel.
I want to give this movie 1.5 phallic hats way up.
Thinking about that mom.
I don't think we've mentioned it yet, but yeah, there's a point early on in the movie where the cat is talking about the mom and his hat gets longer and it's boing oing oing. And the photo of herself on the mantle is a fold out. Yeah, he looks at.
I mean, that's
like
just
a
centerfold.
Cool
Yeah, I mean that's a mom that's confident in her body, and I think that's good for kids to have that as an example of empowering yourself.
That is, these kids they
maybe look in the mirror.
They had a good, powerful role model.
A sexual empowered mom who just everybody was oozing one for.
I give this movie 1 cat and 2 hats.
I like that. Wait a second, that might be a bad rating because it's too many hats for a cat to deal with.
They're both out of 4.
Nice.
Yeah. It's not, it's honestly more enjoyable than I thought it would be, but it's not good. But it's very clear, the humor is very pointed at adults a lot of the time in this movie.
It is.
It was a very boomer directed movie, that specific generation. I think boomers.
Yeah, the infomercial parody is very much a throwback to old 80s TV, and a lot of the jokes he has and references are very old, very dated references.
Yeah, totally. I noticed that as well.
It's a very bizarre affair. I feel like I'll jump on the ratings train here, and I'm going to give this a perfect 2.5 cat turds out of 5.
Didn't you already rate it?
No, I said 1 cat turd out of 5, 1 being.
Oh,
Cat
you were
Hat,
just describing the rating
film.
system. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. I just want to make, as always, I want to make it confusing as possible. But I feel like it is a perfectly down the road 5 out of 10. I can't tell if it's a bad movie or a good movie. I was entertained by little things by it. The set design was really cool. But everything else about it was just really awful. But I don't regret watching it. So that's why I'm like going just down the middle. I'm going to be thinking about it for a while. I'm absolutely going to have night terrors about Thing 1 and 2 just coming to rip my skin off while I can't move. And it will haunt me until I die. But I'm going to say, it was a film and I watched it and I enjoyed taking notes about what I was feeling. That's my rating.
Yeah, I'll give it I'd say if you're watching it by yourself, 2 out of 5. If you're watching it with others, 3.5 out of 5. So I think, or like if you get to talk about it, because like I was glad to watch this because I knew I get to talk about it here on the podcast.
3.5.
If I like just watched this, because if I just watched this because I was bored, then I wouldn't have been angry, but like I probably would have been screwing around on my phone most of the time anyway. But yeah, like you said, I wasn't it didn't upset me as much as I thought it would. But it's also, the movie's 20 years old at this point.
Yeah. You bring up a great point, though, about us doing this podcast and watching this movie. If you just watch this movie out of the blue in, like, the year 2021, it'd be so weird just to bring it up to somebody of, like, man, I just watched Cat in the Hat last night, and that movie was bonkers. Like, because it's such a weird movie, you wouldn't be able to watch it and not talk about it with a friend, but also, who wants to hear about it?
I'll be like, just phrase it by, I finally got around to watching The Cat in the Hat.
I'm going to do that tomorrow to someone, absolutely.
You can skip it.
Yeah. I think that just leaves Martin then.
I'm going to go ahead and give this movie a Thing 1 out of Thing 2.
Nice.
Ultimately, I like the set design like a lot. Like the way the movie looks, it looks like someone tried to color correct like a Tim Burton movie and fucked it up a little bit.
That's a good way to put it.
I think this movie is definitely better like sound off just in the background. I was not upset with it, mainly because I was just so confused the entire time. Like it keeps you guessing. You don't know where this movie is going.
It's a real whodunit.
Yeah, it really does feel like at one point it's like, are one of these kids gonna die?
like so much of what we usually watch is just like it makes us fucking bored, or we're just, it's a fucking slog to get through. And this, like, I thought it was a relatively quick watch. Like I didn't have a great time with it, but like it didn't feel like an hour and a half to me.
Oh, it's like 78 minutes long with credits.
Yeah, I was happy with the length, and I agree with you. It doesn't feel longer than it is.
Also, to fucking jump onto that boomer humor, I think the fish does at one point refer to the cat as socks. So they just got to get those Clinton jokes in there as quickly as possible.
Oh, and he does. The fish also at one point says, "Oh my cod."
Oh
God! It was clearly just there for like the trailers.
You'd love to see it
because it's like him coming out of the toilet and saying, "Oh my god."
You absolutely love it.
I just can't believe like this movie made that pun not funny to me. That pun usually always makes me laugh, but not in this movie.
If there's one thing I know about Luke is that if you get a fish pun in there, he's gonna laugh. So that really is a.
Anytime I've worked with cod in the kitchen, I'm always like, "Oh cod."
And everybody just a rip-roaring time. It's sad. It's sad when you see it not fire.
I also wrote this down before we get to the stupid game stuff. Anybody noticed that when Cat would walk, his walk was kind of like the weird walks from the Titans and Attack on Titan?
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, I can't unsee that.
He would walk like his butt was clenched and like waving his hands in front of him.
Oh, my God. Wait, is Cat in the Hat just a cat? Is it just a cat Titan?
Probably.
Yeah, it's a cat Titan.
Like, has speech.
It's a cat Jew.
Okay, we need to get into the stupid game section right away. Stupid games. Because I want to just caveat, I want to do, what's the deal with these kaijus?
What's the deal with these kaijus?
We haven't done it in a while. I'm going to blast you off with something new. I'm not debating if the Cat in the Hat's a kaiju. I'm debating if this is the perfect kaiju. If every kaiju before this has been an embarrassment compared to the Cat in the Hat, because it covers so many frightening bases. I mean, just like to think about now that I'm aware that is also a cat titan on top of everything, when it's first introduced, they literally scream it's a monster, and it just confirms that it is. It signs a contract, once again, saying it's a demon. I think it is the apex kaiju, is the Cat in the Hat.
I'm going over the list of past kaijus that we have, and honestly, I can't pick a single one of these that would be able to beat the Cat in the Hat in a matched fight.
It has powers over reality. Like, how do you fight that? Like, you can't. All right, we're back after having the intense discussion about the Cat in the Hat being an apex predator. After a cat in real life came by and knocked out your cord, as if to confirm our suspicions. So
the secret was out. The proverbial cat was out of the bag, if you will.
Which they did make that joke once in the film, which is like props to them. It had to happen. I get it. Like, absolutely. But yeah, I want to add, just if we need to make a new entry for the what's the deal with this kaiju list, Apex Kaiju, Cat in the Hat, no other kaiju can beat it. And I also want to bring up discussions in the future if there's anything that could. I honestly don't think they're good. Even if you brought out like an elder god, since we're talking H.P. Lovecraft so earlier, like a Cthulhu, like he has certain ways he can warp reality in our dimensions from all the writings and books I've read about him. The Cat in the Hat just warps reality however he wants, instantly. Like, he could take down a Cthulhu. Like, there's no doubt about this. Truly inspired by the evil and awful powers that he has. It's a real thing. I wanted...
Oh, sorry. Something that I was thinking about is the fact that the Cat in the Hat is like, that's not a name. That's just describing what it is. And then I was thinking maybe it's called the Cat in the Hat. It's like, well, yeah, you're a cat in the hat, but what's your real name? And he's like, it is unpronounceable. My true name is in the elder tongue. And if you spoke it, it would rain destruction down upon the people of Earth.
And then you just do that, oh yeah, laugh there, whatever that he did in the film.
No, he would do the Paul Lynde thing, yeah.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to be honest with you now. That would have been a really great show. So they should have done it. I wanted to do another game too before we get to recommendations and plugs, which is I want to do a Who in the Fuck is Ron Canada.
Yeah. Ron Canada. You were the judge in Ted 2. We love you, and we hope our guest will too.
I think it's been a bit since we've had Tyler on as a guest. Always great to have him back. But we recognize this one actor named Ron Canada, who's been in over 200 acting positions and roles because he's a working actor, fantastic person. Might remember him as the judge in Ted 2. I'm doing a new section that is Who in the Fuck is Ron Canada, guest starring Amy Hill, because I decided to look up Amy Hill's acting credits, and she's had over 100 acting credits over her life. Which is great. She's anything you put her in is going to be really fun, but she's done a lot of bit parts. So I wanted to propose to you, and which one of these reboots has Amy Hill starred in as an actor? Because we've had a lot of series that have been pretty famous over the years and then been rebooted. So I want to present you 3 here, and you pick which one you think that she was in for a reboot of a series. Was she in the recent reboot of Magnum P.I.? Was she starring as a bit actor in the recent reboot of Hawaii Five-0? Or was she in that recent reboot of that god-awful The Night Stalker, which was a Kojak reboot too?
I'm going to guess Hawaii Five-0.
Nice. Feeling pretty good about that one, huh?
I'm going to guess Magnum P.I. because you put 2 Hawaii things in there. So it's got to be one of those.
Nah, it's got to be the other one. I'm going to go for Night Stalker.
All right, well, guess what? We actually have 2 winners this time. I decided to do some real gotcha journalism. She is both in the reboot of Magnum P.I. and the reboot of Hawaii Five-0.
Damn it!
The only loser is Martin, so let us all shame him right now. Just
she's also, anytime there's a woman with like a stereotypical Asian accent in a cartoon, it's usually her.
It's
really.
I don't know how I feel about that, because she is of Asian descent, so it's like, good they're casting for it at least? That's a weird one to think about.
But yeah, she was also, the first thing I ever saw her in was this horrible, disgusting Comedy Central series called Strip Mall.
Oh, I forgot about that.
And she,
those were the early days.
Yeah, she played one of the lesbian couple that ran the laundromat.
Bad show.
Very bad show.
Nothing really good going. Yeah, I mean, she's had so many cool roles if you ever look over. Like, she was even in Spider-Man Homecoming for a brief scene as the moderator for when they're having the debate. Yeah, great actor. I'm going to put her in the same pantheon as Ron Canada, absolutely.
Yeah, I think so. She's getting work.
And you know what? She's still working, too, at the age of 67. You know what? All the listeners at home, we just want to let you know, we love you, Amy Hill. Get it out there. Let's get to good old plugs and recommendations. I feel like I've been kicking it off right away. If anybody has anything they want to plug or recommend or both, go for it. I will open the floor to whoever has got something burning in their pocket.
I recommend progressive rock. I've been listening to a lot of progressive rock in the last couple of days because I finally broke down and got a Spotify. It's nice being able to listen to individual songs that you want to listen to without having to pull up YouTube. And if YouTube, it won't play, unless you keep your phone open. So Spotify doesn't have that problem. But yeah, I've been listening to a lot of ELO and King Crimson.
Yeah, ELO is still one of my favorites, and you can't ever forget the classics like that. But there's also more famous mainstay ones we shouldn't look back on and feel shame. I think Supertramp's still a good time.
I like Supertramp. Yeah. I like 3/4 of their stuff.
Yeah. I mean, you get Breakfast in America, great album. You can go down a few others, and you're still pretty good. But yeah, there's a lot of bad stuff there too. Ain't gonna lie.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. If only the band was progressive rock, because that would be a good joke to go from there. But they are absolutely not. That's definitely Americana rock. Yeah. I guess I'll jump on to plugs after that. I've been talking about a little bit. I've been doing some research for a comic of watching a bunch of old tokusatsu shows, which is like Power Rangers and all that. I decided to go through a bunch of Kamen Rider shows because it's a series I always kind of liked but never really watched. And on if you guys have Pluto, which is like a free streaming television thing, I always recommend people get Pluto because you can watch a bunch of Mystery Science Theater 3000 for free. They have one that's just a station that plays tokusatsu shows, and they play Kamen Rider Kuga on there all the time. And excellent show. I mean, I watched a bunch, and they're all really awful, but that is one that stood out, and I almost watched the whole thing and really enjoyed it. It's kind of got this weird dark tone from the early 2000s, but really well shot and a good story. And I got excited to check out all of their shows, and they're all, after that, pretty bad. Just really... The animation, the computer animation they use for quick shots or scenes they need to do in Kamen Rider Kuga are done pretty quickly and not abhorrent or horrible to watch because they realized how bad their CGI was. I don't know if they ever got a better budget for the series because they're still making new Kamen Riders all the way in 2020, and the CGI honestly looks just as bad as it did in 2000 still, and I'm still trying to figure out what's going on with that. I'm really confused.
Maybe that's what people like about it.
It might be the appeal. I mean, there is a certain camp factor you can't deny. I mean, the original Kamen Rider itself in 1971, it's super campy, but it is really fun to watch those too. Which they play on the Tokusatsu channel on Pluto all the time too. So yeah, I recommend checking out that channel and also checking out Kamen Rider Kuga. It's all on free online at Shout Factory because I also found out Shout Factory puts all of their licensed shows on free on their website, which is pretty cool. So
it's real neat.
Yeah, and you know what? This might be coming out a little bit for plugs. I think, who knows what's going on? Who cares? Still getting out of it. Pandemic's still really confusing.
Yeah.
I
got a recommendation and I can make a plug, yeah. I got this weird book last week that I would like to recommend. It's called Cantaloupe. Canta Loop. And it's like if an old school Monkey Island style point and click adventure game was a book.
Ooh.
It's very interesting.
Really cool.
It's very funny. There are achievements that you can get and you collect items and unlock things. I got an achievement in it that said congratulations, you're going to hell after I went to a church and I kept taking coins from the collection box and going up to the roof of the church and throwing them off the roof. And I did it like 3 times in a row. And the game was like, all right, no more coins for you. You're going to hell.
This is a book?
It's a book. It's a spiral bound book, and it comes with like a deck of like 60 cards that represent, items and endings and stuff. And there's like a checklist, like after you hit certain points in the story and you like check certain boxes, and then when you're like reading the book, it'll like ask you if you've like unlocked certain things, and if you have, then you read certain passages. So like you can't get to certain things until you combine items in the right way. It works. It's very complicated to explain, but it works surprisingly well, and it's very funny, like much funnier than I expected it to be.
It's like a very much recommended. Choose your own adventure.
Yeah, kind of. Very, very much recommended for anybody that, loves like Monkey Island or Day of the Tentacle or Sam and Max or anything like that.
Oh, sounds
awesome. You can give that a look.
Yeah, or The Dig.
The Dig. Grim Fandango.
That's a real deep cut. Also great.
So that's my recommendation, Cantaloupe. It is published by Lookout Games, if that helps you find it online. Plugs, I am going to be in Louisville, Kentucky, headlining at Planet of the Tapes, June 4th and 5th. So if you're around there, I'll be in Indianapolis the next day, June 6th.
Nice.
Doing some live comedy, finally.
Cool, yeah.
That's this episode should be up before that.
It wasn't.
So that'll work pretty well for anybody listening who might be in the area. And then also, I think that's when we're going to be starting Pressure Open Mic up again. It's in June. So who knows, man? I guess I'm ready for it. Who knows? I don't know how I feel about it.
Planet of the Tapes is a pretty cool place, too. I've been there before.
It's awesome, yeah. It's like a bar / comedy theater / video rental store.
Yeah.
And like everything is VHS tape themed. And the people that run it are great. All the people that work there and perform there are great. I love it.
I love that.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Man, just going places.
Yeah, absolutely.
Blowing my mind thinking about being in a store. And then, I think that's just Martin, if you got anything you want to recommend.
Oh, yeah. Fucking play Crazy Taxi and listen to Ron Funches.
That's a great combo right there.
You know what I have to?
You can have a good time either way.
What I have to say about those recommendations?
Yeah. There we go. Oh man, what a great game. Well, I think that takes us to the very end of the episode, and as always, we're gonna do it. And I think we're gonna do it right. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
You're gonna like the way I fuck.
I
guarantee it.
I feel like I know it's the we, but we got in our head last time with the I, and then I did the I.
It's always the I. It's always the I.
It is
screwed it up this
time. You're
time.
like the way I fuck. Guarantee.
So I was right, and you guys were wrong.
I'm writing down the transcript. I'm gonna get this down next time. And when I get it right, I'm gonna send it to my mom and be like, "Look, Mom, I finally achieved something."
We regret that you have not yet complied with our order.
This show has been brought to you by Machine Culture.
The words get stuck in my throat.